Hello dear friends and my students. This is Professor Saurabh Deshpande and welcome to this YouTube lecture on how to calculate HCF and LCM. Now, this point is extremely important point, not only from examination point of view, but it is also important when you go to the higher standard studies. Okay. So in the graduation, after completion of graduation, you have to face the competitive examinations. So in that competitive examinations also, it is extremely important to know the concept of HCF and LCM. Even when you go for the placement, for the interview, for the placement, for the job interview, in that interviews also, there is one aptitude test. Okay, at the starting, you have to face the aptitude test. And when you crack the aptitude test, then and then only you will be eligible for the interview. And in that aptitude test, there are different topics, and one of the topics is HCF and LCM. So this topic is very, very important for the lifelong learning. In every aspect of life, in every aspect of mathematics, some basic concepts need to be clear. And one of the concepts is HCF and LCM. Okay, so we will see first HCF, how to calculate HCF of the given numbers. There may be 2 numbers, there may be 3 numbers, there may be n numbers. How to calculate HCF of these given numbers, then we will see LCM. Okay, so let us start with the first concept, that is HCF. Now, what is HCF? HCF stands for highest common factor. HCF stands for highest common factor. It means that it includes factorization. Okay, HCF is highest common factor. So it includes factors. It includes calculating the factors. Highest common factor. So what does it mean? It means that if we have given the numbers, then we will write the factors of that number. You know what is the factor? Factor is that number with which the given number is divisible, or factor is that number in the table of which given number appears. For example, if you consider 12, then factors of 12 are 1, because in the table of 1 there is 12. 2 is a factor of 12 because in the table of 2 also 12 appears. 3 is also a factor of 12. 4 is also a factor of 12. 6 is also a factor of 12, and 12 itself is a factor of 12 because 12 ones are 12. So please remember, every number has at least 2 factors, at least 1 and that number itself. Then you know the definition of prime number and composite number. Prime number is that number which has only 2 factors, 1 and that number itself. No any other factor is there in the prime number. And composite number is a number which has more than 2 factors. And you know that 1 is neither prime nor composite because 1 has only 1 factor, that is 1. The prime number has at least 2 factors, not at least, exactly 2 factors. But 1 has only 1 factor. So 1 is neither prime nor composite. It is the only number which is neither prime nor composite. 2 is the only even number which is prime. 2 is even as well as prime because 2 has only 2 factors, 1 and 2. Remaining all the even numbers are composites. Okay. So what we will do here, we have given the number, so we will write down the factors of the given numbers. And then we will consider the factors which are common in all the numbers. We will list out the factors of each number, and then we will write or we will circle the factors which are common in all the numbers. And then we will take product of that common factors. So we will get the value of HCF. Now, before going into the actual process of calculating HCF, first of all, let me tell you why we have to calculate HCF. Because blindly following the method is not accurate. Okay, it's not correct. Okay, you must be curious. You must be curious. You must ask the questions. Why we have to study HCF? What is the practical application of HCF? So first of all, I will tell you that. So suppose you have given certain ratio. Suppose you have given this ratio 24/36. This is the fraction. Everybody knows the fraction. Fraction is the number which is represented in the form of P/Q. It is a fraction. P is the numerator, Q is the denominator. Now this is the fraction, and the task is you have to convert this fraction in its simplest form. You have to reduce this fraction in its simplest form. Now what one will do? One will first divide both the numbers by 2. Then he will get certain fraction which is equivalent to this fraction. Then again he will simplify that fraction. He will again gain third fraction which will be equivalent to first two fractions, and so on. He will continue the process till he reaches the simplest form. But this process is time consuming. It's extremely time consuming process. So rather than going into this process, what we will do, we will calculate HCF, highest common factor of these two numbers. And after getting the HCF of these two numbers, we will divide both these numbers by their HCF. That's it. Rather than dividing these numbers by 2, then again by 2, so that becomes very lengthy process. So rather than going into this detailed process, what we will do, we will calculate HCF of these two numbers, and after calculating HCF of these two numbers, we will divide both the numbers by their HCF. We will directly get the reduced form. We will directly get the simplest form of this fraction. And therefore, for this purpose, for directly converting any given fraction into its simplest form, we must know what is HCF, how to calculate HCF. So in this lecture, we will see the methods to calculate HCF and methods to calculate LCM. And in next method, in next video, we will deal with the next topics, that is fractions, addition of fractions, like fraction, unlike fraction, and many more. Okay. So now, what are the different methods to calculate the HCF? So for calculation of HCF, first of all, let us go through the method of calculating HCF of two numbers. First of all, we will take two numbers. We will calculate highest common factor of two numbers, and then we will take three numbers. First of all, we will take two numbers. That will be much easier process. Then we will take three numbers. The method will become somewhat lengthy, not difficult, somewhat lengthy. So first of all, for the example, let me consider two examples, that is 24 and 36. Let me consider two examples, that is 24 and 36. Now I have to write the factors of 24. I have to write the factors of 36. All the factors, all the factors. And then I have to circle the common factors. Okay. So let me write it. So 1 is a factor of 24 because 24 appears in the table of 1. 2 is a factor of 24 because 24 appears in the table of 2. We have already studied the divisibility test in my previous video. I have explained it. So if you have not seen my previous video, please go to my previous video. You will find the link in the description. So you can go in the description and you will go to the previous video and you will see the divisibility test video. So 24 is divisible by 2. So 2 is a factor of 24. Then it is not divisible by 3. Yes, it is divisible by 3 also, because if you add the digits, it is 2 plus 4 plus 2, 6. So this number is also divisible by 3. It is also divisible by 4. 4, 6 are 24. Not divisible by 5 because units place does not contain 5. It is divisible by 6. 6 4s are 24. Then it is divisible by 8. 8 3s are 24. Then it is divisible by 12, and then it is divisible by 24. These are the factors. Now, if you look at the factors of 24, these factors are not necessarily prime factors. In these factors, prime factors and composite factors are combined. 1 is neither prime nor composite. 2 is prime. 3 is prime. 4 is composite. 6 is composite. Remaining all the numbers are composites. So these factors is a combination of prime and composite factors. Now similarly, let us factorize 36. So 1 is a factor of 36, 2, 3, 4, then 6, then 9, 12, 18 and 36. These are the factors. Now, after writing all the factors, after listing out all the factors, let us circle all the common factors. Forget about 1. Forget about 1. Multiplying any number by 1 gives the same number itself. And 1 is factor of every number. So it is not necessary to consider 1. Because what we are going to do, we will circle the common factors and we will take the products of all the numbers. So even if we circle 1, and even if we take the product of 1 with certain number, we will get the same number. 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Okay. Now, if you refer to these numbers, what is the highest number here? Because the name itself indicates it is highest common factor. We have circled all the factors. We have circled all the common factors. Now, what is the highest common factor? Because the name itself indicates we have to consider highest common factor. So after circling all the common factors, the highest common factor is 12. Therefore, HCF of these numbers is 12. So this is one method. But every time this method is not possible. Every time this method is not practical. Why it is not practical? Why it is not practical? Because every time writing all the factors of number is not feasible. Because these numbers are very small. So you can write all the factors. But if I will give you the number like 236, then it will be very, very tedious task to write all the factors, including prime and composite factors of the number, and then circling all the common factors, and then finding out the highest common factor among these two numbers or three numbers. If the number becomes 3, then the method becomes again tedious. Again, very time consuming. It may require 15 to 20 minutes if you go with this method, and if the numbers are very large, like 1026, like 924. So any number. So this method is only applicable when the numbers are smaller. Then and then only you can calculate the highest common factor by this method. But this method becomes very time consuming, and therefore we must find the alternative for this method, and therefore we will see next two methods, remaining alternate two methods for this method. That is, prime factorization method is one of the methods, and second is long division method. So we will see these two methods one by one. First of all, we will go to the prime factorization method. So what is prime factorization method? We will see both same numbers. We will calculate HCF of these two numbers only by prime factorization. See, we have in the first method we have listed all the factors. We have circled the common factors, and we have find out that highest common factor is 12. Now we will go through the prime factorization, and in the prime factorization we will again see whether we are getting the same HCF of these two numbers or not. Okay. So next method is prime factorization method. Now in the prime factorization method, you have already studied what is prime factorization, and if you have not studied, I will explain here. So I have got two numbers. First is 24 and another is 36. Now I have to go through the prime factorization of these two numbers. So first of all, I will go through prime factorization of 24, and then I will go through prime factorization of 36. So first of all, let us consider 24. Now, the name itself indicates it is a prime factorization. So in the factors, only prime numbers are allowed. No composite numbers are allowed. So we will consider one by one prime number. First prime number is 2. So first of all, we will check whether 24 is divisible by 2 or not. If it is not divisible by 2, then we will consider next prime number, that is 3. Then we will see 24 is divisible by 3 or not. If 24 is not divisible by 3, then we will consider next prime number, that is 5. Do not consider 4. 4 is not a prime number. 4 is a composite. So you cannot consider 4 here. It's very important. Okay. So first, let us start with the first prime number, that is 2. Check whether 24 is divisible by 2 or not. We know the divisibility test of 2, that unit place must contain even number. So unit place of 24 is 4. So it contains even number. So it is divisible by 2. So write 2 here. 24 divided by 2 will be 12. So write 12 here. 24 divided by 2 will be 12. Now consider 12 and check whether the 12 is divisible by 2 or not. Yes. Units place of 12 contains 2. So it is also even number. So it is also divisible by 2. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now check whether 6 is divisible by 2 or not. Yes. So divided by 2. So 6 divided by 2 will be 3. Now 3 itself is a prime number. So it can only be divided by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. Continue the operation till you get 1 here. It's very important. Continue the operation till you get 1 here. Okay. Now move to the 36. Next number. That is 36. So for the 36, again, come with the same process. Check whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. So let me check the units place. Units place contains 6. Yes, it is even number. So number is divisible by 2. So divided by 2. So 36 divided by 2 will be 18. Now again, units place is 8. Even number. So again divided by 2, it will give me 9. Now 9 is not divisible by 2, but it is divisible by 3. Next prime number. So write 3. 9 divided by 3 will be 3. And 3 itself is a prime number. It can only be divided by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now stop. Now check the factors. Check the factors. All the factors are primes. All the factors are prime factors, and therefore this method is called as prime factorization method. Now check the common factors. Check the common factors among these. So 2 is common. 2 is common. So let me take 2 here. See, I have to take every common factor once. I have to consider every common factor one time. So 2 is common, so I have considered 2 multiplied by. I have to take the product. This 2 and this 2, it is also common. So I will again write 2 multiplied by. 3, 3. 3 is also common. So multiplied by 3. Finish. Common products are finished. Only 2, 2 and 3 are common. This 2 and this 3 are not common. Okay. And take the product of this. So 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. So HCF comes to be 12. That's it. In the previous method, we had listed out the factors and we had seen the highest common factor which had come to be 12. Here also, by this prime factorization method also, the factor has come to be 12. So yes, this method is also perfect method. Now I will say this method is more time saving method than first method, because this method contains prime factorization method, and prime factorization is extremely simple than listing out all the factors of that number involving prime and composites. So this method is extremely simple. You have to just go through the prime factorization method and then you have to list out the common factors of both the numbers. You will get the HCF. You will take the product of that common factors, you will get the HCF of two numbers. Now next method. Next method is long division method. That is very easy method, and that is again more time consuming than this method. A long division method requires again lesser time than prime factorization method. Only you must understand the method clearly. So next method is long division method. So again we have to calculate HCF of the same two numbers, that is 24 and 36. Now what I will do, I will consider the smaller of these two numbers. Which number is smaller? 24. So now the 24 will be divisor and 36 will be dividend. I will consider smaller number and larger number. The larger number will become dividend and smaller number will become divisor. This is first step. Now 36 divided by 24, and you have to write the quotient here. You have to write the quotient here. So 24 ones are 24. 36 minus 24 comes to be 12. Now remainder is not 0. You have to continue the operation till the remainder becomes 0. Now this 12, this remainder is 12. This 12 becomes divisor now. You have to follow the second division now. You have to start the second step. You have to start the second step and you have to again start with the new division. And in that new division, this 12, which is remainder in the first step, will become divisor in the second step. So this 12 is the divisor. And this 24, which was divisor in the first step, will become dividend in the second step. Let's try to understand the method. In the first step, remainder is 12. This 12 will become divisor for the second step, and this 24, which was divisor for the first step, will become dividend for the second step. So here there will be 24. Okay. So 12 twos are 24, and remainder comes to be 0. So you have to stop here. Now once remainder comes to be 0, the HCF is nothing but this number, divisor of the last step. Okay, remainder is 0. So check the divisor of the last step. The divisor is 12, and therefore HCF of these two numbers is 12. It's that easy. Here. So calculating HCF of two numbers is clear to you, I think. We have seen three methods. In the first method, we have seen listing out the factors of all the numbers and checking which is the highest common factor. Then in the second method, we have gone through the prime factorization method. And in the prime factorization method, we have circled the common factors and we have taken the product of all the common factors. And in the third method, that is long division method, we have considered the smaller number as the divisor, larger number as the dividend, and then we have carried out the operation. Okay, and in the first step the remainder comes to be 12. This remainder is nothing but divisor for the second step, and this divisor of the first step will become dividend in the second step, and the operation goes on till the remainder comes to be 0. And when the remainder comes to be 0, the divisor for the last step will be nothing but HCF of the numbers. So this is the process for calculating HCF of two numbers. In the next video, we will go through the process of calculating HCF of three numbers, and then we will see how to calculate LCM. So for this video, just revise all the concepts which are taught in this video, and just try to understand or try to go through this concept by taking two numbers by yourself. You yourself take two numbers and then try to go through these two methods. Do not go through the first method, it will become very cumbersome and time consuming. Go through prime factorization method and this long division method and check whether you have understood these two methods or not. If you have any doubt at any step, just post that doubt in the comment box. I will reach to you and I will try my best to resolve your doubt. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to my channel Tulips Academy and press the bell icon so that you will get all the latest updates about the videos. Till then, stay home, stay safe. See you soon. Goodbye.